second lesson of the 100-day challenge, or second video of the 100-day challenge. I get a lot of questions of how to make and design products. If you guys follow me, you guys know I've done it before. I'm doing it right now with a couple other products as well. So I'll give you a little step-by-step instructions of how I break it down and how I build my own products for sell online. So first start with the idea, right? Let's just go make it easier. The idea. You go down, and what you want to get from the idea is your first prototype, right? So the ways you can do that is a few ways. First, you can either sketch it out. So as for sketch it out, or go straight to a CAD drawing. A CAD drawing is a computer-aided draft or drawing, whatever you want to call it, and it's a 3D drawing online. For this CAD, you're going to have to spend a little money and either get a freelancer. I like Upwork.com, or do it yourself, or hire a sourcing company to do it for you, and they will charge you for that as long as with the sourcing. On the sketch here, so for the prototype, you really need to get that CAD drawing. So you need a sketch to the CAD, or you can really sketch it and make a kind of sketchy prototype or first prototype. Let's go P for first prototype. So either you get a first prototype and you do that, and that's the way you can do it, is do a rough prototype. It's probably the best way before you start spending money on this, if you really want to do it. So an idea, sketch, first prototype, and then if you like it, go to a CAD drawing. Again, the CAD drawing always will cost money, except if you can do it yourself, but if you need not Final Cut Pro, SolidWorks to do it, it's kind of a pain. So yeah, so after this, it is to the prototype stage. What the F? To the prototype stage is the next thing. So prototype, proto. So after you have that first sketch or that CAD drawing or even your first prototype, you need to go to a manufactured or made prototype by professionals. This is always very costly, very costly. But if you want to do it and want to crowdfund, you need to have a prototype, right? I'll go into a different video of my prototypes and the steps it takes to get those, but this is a simple overview of how to build your first product. So again, idea to sketch and CAD to then prototype, 1 or 2, whatever you're at that time, because you need to get it looking good for that Kickstarter video. So the Kickstarter video is the next thing, right? Kickstarter or Indiegogo. Kickstarter or Indiegogo, those are the two platforms. I prefer Kickstarter. I think there's a lot more volume on there, but for Kickstarter, you need to have your own product. You can't copy somebody else's product. Indiegogo is just a platform where you can really take it off there, and they're a great selling platform for after you do the Kickstarter. So I always start with Kickstarter and then go from there. So hopefully your goal, we'll do Kickstarter video online, but hopefully your goal to Kickstarter, almost all that money will go to a final product or a production run. So that production run is where it costs a lot of money. You do the tooling, just offhand. So the tooling for my product is around $30K, just for the tooling alone. That's without the prototypes. So $30,000 just for the tooling alone. That's not even the first 1,000 units. And then you have to buy a minimum order quantity of 1,000 units if you make your own product. If you copy somebody else's, you can buy however many they want, but for your own product, you have to buy 1,000 units. So let's say we have 1,000 units right now. Now we have to sell them. Depending on what kind of if it's really niche, it's going to be kind of hard to sell on Amazon. But if it's very broad, like my product, I go Amazon all the way. They have a huge market share. 50% of every transaction goes through Amazon. Or you can do e-commerce using Facebook ads, right? So e-commerce to then Facebook ads. that's a great way to get a lot of people traction as well. For the Kickstarter, you're gonna use you should use Facebook ads for the Kickstarter campaign, but it's not necessary completely. This should happen if you want to make money, but it's not necessary. Yeah, so that's really the overview of how to build your first product. Again, we go idea to a sketch to a prototype to a CAD to the second prototype, the mass production prototype, or like a final version of the prototype. Or you can do a CAD idea, CAD prototype if you want to skip a lot of time. But that is the way to do it. It's a longer process, but you have that solely your product. In between that, after your first prototype or your first like professionally made prototype, you can also get a provisional patent. Provisional patents, if you do them yourself, you're looking at $100. If you have somebody else do it and file it, you're looking at about $1,000 for that. That is probably another big thing if you want to make money, right? So we'll go over again. So first you have your idea. Your idea needs to be, then you go into having a sketch. The sketch then goes into a first prototype or a CAD drawing. That goes into a production grade prototype. So a prototype that is looking good and what you want to look finally. There's a couple, depending on your product, there could be a lot of prototypes in between. But that prototype, the one that you want to look very, very nice, is great because that will be your Kickstarter prototype. And that's how you make that money to fund your production run in that time, right? So again, you have your production or your prototype you're ready to go Kickstarter with. Do Kickstarter or Indiegogo. From there, you produce, right? Producing is kind of a pain. Either you contract it out and find a sourcing company or a sourcing company in Asia or United States, whatever you want to do, or you find and go directly to that manufacturer in Asia or the United States. It's pretty hard in Asia. There's a lot of fake companies out there, but you can do that if it's a simple product. So I have two products. Well, one product and then another product base, like a large, like 6-7 products, but there's one core to it. That core product we do straight to the manufacturers because it's a cheap product. We want to mass produce it and have it as cheap as possible. The first product, the Ethic Go that you guys see on Kickstarter, we have a sourcing company, a really good sourcing company out in Taiwan, which we work with. Expensive, but very, very well worth it because they can do everything, right? They take the best sourcing, take the best manufacturers and grab those and use them. And we don't have to do any work on that end. But obviously you have to give some return for that. Yeah. So again, from the Kickstarter, we go to final production run. So that is the tooling. You take that Kickstarter money and you bring that down to the production run, and then we sell on Amazon and e-commerce at first, and then we go into large box stores. Amazon e-commerce really tests the idea out, and because it's a lot cheaper and you don't have to hassle with all logistics. And then we go to e-commerce and really bust down that door and use Facebook ads and really just bring as many customers as you can, influencers, whatnot, and then we go into large retailers. So that's the gist. I'll go over a bit more when I have some products to show you. So I'll show you all the products and the stages of that product on my own products. That will be probably the next video, but this is a good overview of how to do it, and it's just trying to bring you guys as much content as possible. Thank you for your time. Catch you guys later. Hit that like or subscribe button if you want to see